Morning, guys. Might be a bit dark, which isn't pretty dark outside, despite it being 20 past 8 this morning. So as you clicked on the link, you probably know that I'm at Greenfield Valley this week, in Wales. So Bodyguard, all that. Yeah, I've seen this one on a couple of videos. It's one of these disused railway lines which have now become into like just a walking route. There's quite a few of these parkruns around. I think there's one in Whitby. That one, I forget what the name of that one is in Whitby. And then there's one, I think Keswick, that was a former railway line as well. There's quite a few. I know it was like when you do the tour of Tameside, one of them is down a disused railway track sort of thing, area, like a running route. So yeah, this one it's pretty much an out and back route, as you would expect. And it's downhill for the first part, and then it's uphill on the way back. There's two small little spurs which come off it just to make up the 5k. So on the way back, there's a little spur off, it goes down, and there's like this little, like a triangle loop back, and then it comes back onto the course. And then there's another one where you sort of then go back against yourself and down. A little trail path a bit, depending on whether it's rained a lot, how muddy it is. And then sort of you loop back and you go back up. It's like these two little spurs, they go up down steeper paths than the actual grading of the actual course itself. So yeah, we'll see when I get to it, really. I've seen some people do it. Some people thought that those little spurs were more difficult than the main bit, but I don't know. We'll see. I think the idea on this one is to try and go as quick as I can going down all the way down to the bottom end of it, the course, because I figure I'll be slow on the way back up. So might as well be quick on the way down, and they might knock a minute or so off my time. Average time on here is a bit slower than what I expected. It's over, I think it's over the 30 minutes, which is surprising really for this. So I don't know if that's just because there's not that many runners who turn up to this one on average. It can vary, depends on other events being called off and stuff, but typically it's one of these like smaller events, and I don't mind that being a smaller event. I don't know how many are going to turn up today. They're around the 100 average typically, but they're not like say 300 or 400. You park up in the local Tesco, which is like just a minute or two walk from the actual place. You've got about 3 hours here before they'll probably fine you or whatever, try to charge you for staying longer than what you should do. So you've got permission to park in the Tesco's car park. You just keep right as you come into it. Fill up the spaces on the right hand side, they say. So free parking, and then you can use the toilet within Tesco as well. I don't know what that's like, a lot of runners going into Tesco just for a toilet, but I'm not in particular need for one at the moment. So like I say, it's 8:22 on my watch, so got a little bit of time before I head down. So who knows, but yeah, so like I said, with the average time being in, the idea is just to get under the average time as always on these first attempts here. Just get a base time and then come back at some point and try to PB it, basically. Not a lot's gone on this last week. Week's been interrupted with stuff, so not really done any training runs. That never happened, unfortunately. Yeah, so, and I've only got a month, is it? A month now to the race in Llandudno, so I'm going to try and find some time next week to get some runs in, just like long runs. I know we normally do a long run Sunday, but it's going to have to be a long run midweek probably, just to get the mileage up. If I do 5 miles or something like that, I can wing it, because the Llandudno race, when I do it, it's basically around the Great Orme, so it's just uphill for the first 5k and then downhill for the next. So I mean, momentum will carry you down the second half of it. So it's just the first half you've got to be okay. And with all the runs going up hills and like places like Whitton and Wepper and all them lot, so it should put me in some decent place ready for it. But yeah, so that's it really. Nothing much else to say. Let's see how it goes. Just going to do the old usual routine before I get down there, and then I'll give you the post-run waffle later on. Hopefully it'll be all right, but I think, yeah, I'll just try and go out as quick as I can. I think it might knacker me for on the way back up, but you got to try something different, haven't you? You can't keep doing all the same, just plodding like I have been doing. So it's yeah, I will go and probably find that Tesco's now and probably just get in there just for a brief toilet stop before I do this, because it's like 25 past. So anyway, okay guys, I'll catch you later. Let's see how it goes, eh? Bye.